I'll ask Will Ferrell.
Yeah, get him on.
Get him on.
All right.
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that's
totally.
factual.
I'll get baseball on the phone.
Tater told me.
It's a tater fact. All right.
Shout out.
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had committed.
Welcome in, folks. This is the Texas to Tennessee podcast. Above me is our friend Soul Gravy. My name's Steve, and tonight we are super fortunate to have the folks from Muddy Creek and Company with us. We usually don't get the whole band, but we're super excited to have you all. So welcome in.
Hey, what's good?
What's up?
Nice to be here.
Awesome, man.
For having us.
Yeah, we know that it's not easy to set all of that stuff up.
Yeah,
and so thank you for taking the time to give it all a shot. And I know it was your idea, but still, you know what I mean. I know it's not easy, so we do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yep.
I think
You bet. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. For those of you that are on the YouTube or TikTok, you've heard the story from us before. You know where to hit the buttons to subscribe. It's free. We appreciate that. Helps us get the message out for these very deserving artists. So, guys, if you don't mind, maybe taking a second and just introducing yourself and individually, and then your role in the band.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm the newest member. I'm the drummer.
Yeah, I'm Parker Fife. I'm lead vocals and rhythm guitar.
I'm Ian Kemper. I play bass and I sing harmony vocals and do other music things.
I'm Wes Marvel, and I do lead guitar.
All right, wonderful. Well, I'll offer this up to whoever wants to field it, but for maybe some of our viewers that aren't super familiar with y'all, do you mind taking a couple minutes and just giving us a little bit of your backstory?
Yeah, it's a pretty. It can be lengthy, but I'll shorten it up.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, totally. Muddy Creek and Co. started in like 2020, 2021.
Yeah, 2020, 2021,
Is
somewhere
when-
in there.
Yeah, is when the idea was conceived. And when the idea was conceived, it was me and Wes over here. And we had two other guys that came in with us to start it out. And how it started, it was, we kind of had an album's worth of songs, me and Wes and the former bass player. And we laid them down in the studio, and we needed a drummer. And so some guy came along and wanted to lay down tracks. And we weren't planning on playing songs out live. We just wanted to record an album in our studio here and put it out, and people wanted to hear it. So we went out and we played it, and then things happened, and priorities changed, and we picked up Ian,
Yo.
who actually stepped in the beginning as a keys player.
Yep.
So we were a 5-piece for a very short period of time.
Yeah, for a brief period, I was doing keys, and then we started adding in the harmonies and that
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. He was doing vocals pretty much from the beginning, but really started to dabble in, later on we'll talk about it, but what ultimately became the vocals of the band. And,
Okay.
So from there, we lost the drummer and the bass player, and so Ian switched from keys to bass.
Mm-hmm.
And then still pushing further on the vocals, and then later after that, we picked up Josh on drums. And through all that, well, actually, it was was it 2 weeks after we picked you up, we recorded our second album?
It was about that.
I got picked up in like late October.
We were
and
recording in November.
in November, mid-November.
Okay.
We were down
We can talk
recording
way
our
more
first
about
couple
that,
songs.
but yes. So that's really in super short. That's it. We've got 2 albums out right now. Working on more music. Well, we might even play you some more music here in a bit.
Very cool.
Yeah, maybe an unreleased tune that's not out. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, we like being part of the special group of kids that get to hear the stuff beforehand, so appreciate that.
But when the band started, it kind of there was just this. It was a lot more. It wasn't fully acoustic. I did play acoustic guitar rather than electric in the beginning, And so when it was kind of born with Americana roots, with rock in mind, and a lot of other inspiration, which we can get into later. But now moving forward to where we're at now, where I personally feel like our sounds kind of become a thing at this point, and we're kind of like working with that.
Yeah.
It's a little like there's Americana notes, but it's more rock heavy these days.
It's definitely rocked up a little bit,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're Muddy Creek & Co., and we're from Southern Illinois.
All right, well,
Hi.
I have to dig in on that a little bit because I spent a decent amount of time trying to figure out exactly where y'all are from. And I think all your press material, there was some information, but for the most part, it just said Southern Illinois. So I'm not looking to dox y'all, but where did y'all meet up? Where Southern Illinois, if you don't know, I'm a little geography challenged, but I used to live in St. Louis. 64 goes over to Louisville, pretty much a straight line. Everything below that, Southern Illinois. So, where did y'all originally get started?
Just right here where we're at. Our home base is kind of in Lawrenceville, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
So we're right on the border of
Yep.
we border Vincennes, Indiana,
Gotcha. I know exactly where that is.
It's just right down the road.
and it takes an hour to get to any interstate.
In the
All right.
corn, truly.
So we're kind of like in the
We
cornfield.
just out here.
Out here.
We have a song called "Out Here by the Trees," and that's real stuff.
It's
real life.
We feel it.
Nice. Well, I'm going to ask you guys to bear with me. This is the part of the show where I quiz Soul Gravy on folks from your geographic area.
Uh-oh.
So this should be fun.
Oh, okay.
All right, Soul Gravy, do you know who Minnesota Fats is?
Yes, I do. I believe I do.
What's he known for?
He was a pool player, billiard
Yeah.
player, shark.
He is
Whatever.
from Dowell, I believe.
Okay.
A couple of these are going to be a little tougher, but I got faith in you. Julia Henderson.
Mm-hmm. No.
All right, she was the
Sorry,
only woman director of the United Nations. Held it for
Okay.
15 years. Pretty impressive. Harry Blackman.
And we knew things got out of order when the woman got out of control.
She was from Des Moines, by the way.
Okay. All right. I don't know the other one either. So
Harry Blackman's from Nashville, Illinois. Different
Okay.
Nashville. Supreme Court Justice for many, many years.
okay.
John Malkovich.
Yeah, I'm familiar with his work.
He's from Benton. Here's a little bit of a throwback. This might be before your time, Soul Gravy, but Gene Rayburn.
Yeah, before my time, I believe.
All right, Gene
Sorry,
Rayburn
Gene.
was the host of a game show called Match Game,
Okay.
where newlyweds would come on. It was a big deal. Anyway, just trust me on that. And he also was the host of a show called Tic Tac Doe.
Okay.
Sean Colvin,
Yes, musician.
Carbondale, kind of a hub for Southern Illinois, I'd say. Probably safe to say that. University there, Carbondale, Marion area. David Lee Murphy,
Okay, familiar with his work too.
country singer. Yeah, there you go.
He's got little dust on the bottle,
Yep. And then
and a party crowd, right?
he does, yes,
Yes.
for sure. And then Jerry Sloan and Doug Collins. They're kind of related.
Basketball players or basketball coaches,
Yeah, coaches. Probably more known for being coaches, but yeah.
probably players too, if I had to guess.
All right, guys. Thanks for letting me educate Soul Gravy on famous folks from your geographic area. Appreciate it.
You knew
Okay.
so many. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was
Well,
quite a few.
let's be honest. I didn't really know this until today, but
So Google,
yeah,
that's
It
okay.
did take a little effort, but not that much.
Just a little bit.
Yep. All right. So the super weird question that I like to ask of everybody that joins our podcast is called the pie question, and a little different asking it to the entire band. But I would ask you guys to maybe try to come up with an answer. So
Delegate.
yeah, for sure.
As,
So
as a team.
Yeah.
I'm going to deliver you a pie, whatever your favorite flavor is. I don't care, but you choose. We're going to divide it up into 4 sections, and the sections are songwriting, recording, performing, and then the 4th section is the music business. Everything that goes into running your own individual band and the business of it. As a group, where do you feel like you naturally gravitate?
Okay, just one answer as a whole. The whole group.
The whole
Yeah,
group.
that makes it tough. Or you can break it up if you want. Each of you can.
Okay.
We all kind of do like a piece of the pie. Like obviously we all
Okay.
perform, and we all record.
Yeah, we're
Right.
it's kind of interesting because like everybody in the band is an audio, like if not formally, like Ian's got formal education in audio engineering. We can talk more about that, but everybody in the band is an experienced audio engineer.
Oh,
So-
interesting.
We have our own studio, and we're all hands on deck. Everybody kind of all the time. And within that, in the recording process, we then split up and delegate like specific tasks
Yeah.
to everybody. But we work as a unit in the studio. And then like music business, we're fully independent, so everything we do is just us. It's kind of tough because we do all those things all the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously important as well, because
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't watch your business, like it's your business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the important thing that a lot of people neglect is it is your business, but more than that, it's like it's your reputation, and it's kind of your whole. We feel like the music business part from an independent perspective is as important as the songs are good and as important as the recordings sound good, and that kind of thing.
Nice.
So
I guess
we do our best.
Yeah, for sure. I guess my follow-up question is, what's the area, or how did y'all come to that arrangement where everybody had their own specific kind of responsibility, like within recording? Everybody has their own thing that they're responsible for. How did you come to that arrangement?
It just kind of naturally happened.
Yeah.
Honestly, like everybody has like a strong suit. Like Josh is the drummer, and he's really good at like running the digital side of the iPad and making sure
As I'm
everything's
doing it
ran
right now.
properly, as he's actually doing right now.
Live.
Like
And,
routing and
I'll be like
stuff.
running cables physically,
Totally.
and checking tones, and making sure everything's working in the room. While maybe Parker's making sure a post is made about what we're doing for the day, so people are saying on our socials and like.
Totally. I try to pull weight on like writing and just like producing and that kind of thing. Yeah, we all like kind of gravitate towards these strengths, and it really works really well so far.
Awesome.
It does, and there's an interesting aspect to it because within that, I don't know, it makes this idea of like everybody growing all the time and never kind of staying stagnant in what you're doing. So like if Josh is better at routing and someone else isn't, when they have the free time, we're all kind of like helping each other learn and
Just kind
understand
of huddled around.
every corner of every process to where we can maybe work a little more efficiently and maybe we can hold off on hiring so for a little while longer because we can take care of it.
Just wherever we can pick up the slack, basically,
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Well, my goal was to keep you all away from Soul Gravy for the first 15 minutes, so it's now his turn to ask questions.
We get 30 more seconds before I can ask a question.
All right. Yeah.
Well, you were mentioning as far as the Southern Illinois, and I mean, I know there's little pockets of independent music around everywhere, but you guys kind of got together to play original music, which is not easy to find guys on the same wavelength and guys that want to play original music. It seems like you're all kind of bought in on that idea, which is, kudos to you guys, especially in a cornfield,
Yeah.
right? Like
We're
you,
all out the cornfield, different
Yeah.
cornfields. But,
Was it one of those if you build it, they will come play sort of situations in the cornfield?
Kinda, yeah.
That's Iowa soul gravy.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Still,
Close
It's
enough.
very
field.
self starter. We do. It's like a lot of running our own operation. And setting up in a place that might not even be a music venue, but making it a music venue. For the night or whatever. It's because there's not a lot of options around here all the time.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to make what you can. And yeah, it's just, we have to be we have to be crafty with it sometimes.
For sure. The market specifically is a little weird. There's not a lot of original music around us. Well, let me rephrase that. There is a lot of original music around us and a lot of good original music. There's not a lot of venues that will accept original music.
Right.
Gotcha.
And so a lot of the stuff around here is like these bars out in the boonies that are they're very successful businesses, and they have full-size stages and event halls and things like that. But when I tell you it's in the boonies, it's like 15 minutes from a Dollar General.
That's how we
Which
gauge
is-
distance around here.
I understand. I understand.
It's flat around here. It's super flat. We don't have mountains and stuff. Obviously, we're not that far south to have any of the
Not
the
fun stuff.
bluffage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just wild. So those are the kinds of places, and then a lot of just dive bars. So it's hard to get a full rock show going in a way too tight of a space all the time. But
Were you ever on that cover band world? Did you start there and then kind of drift it and then get started writing songs, or has it always been you want to do independent? You want to make your own music?
our first full band show was an album release.
Yeah, like
Okay.
we had the album done, and we're like, well, maybe we should start playing some shows now.
Yeah.
We did like 2 hours of covers, and then the other 30 minutes or whatever it was of
It
originals.
was
We
like
tried to really
basically
mix
the
it up.
next 45 minutes to an hour was originals, and so we went from there, and we started writing more songs and working it to where, maybe we played 1 hour of covers this next time, but we played 2 or 3 hours of 2 hours of originals once we got to that point.
What are some covers that y'all would have played? And I'm just curious how that what are some songs that were on the set list?
Yeah.
Back then, it was a little more broad. I feel like we've narrowed it down more to like our favorite ones now if we do covers. But
Gotcha.
back then,
Okay, even
we
yeah.
do like Boondocks, stuff like that.
Little
What's
Big Town.
Little Big Town? A couple Gary Allen songs.
Nice.
Trying to think. We did. I feel like we did Goo Goo Dolls "Stay" or something like that one time.
we were just
and-
kind of all over the
yeah,
place.
just
We
like
played
90s alternative and
no, I'm
country.
kidding. We didn't play Wonderwall.
We would have.
Just some weird, some kind of 90s pop, just random stuff, just to try to appease the crowd. But then we'd drop in our original music with them, and I mean, pretty much every time. I can't recall a time ever when anybody ever said we liked your covers more than your originals. It
a good
seemed
sign.
like the originals stuck out every time and really meant something to people.
The energy changes a little, I think, when we are playing the originals, and I think the crowds we played for can sense just that. It's like they can sense that we're excited about it. So I think they get excited too.
Yeah, I can imagine because you're proud and ready to show everybody what your baby.
Totally.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, but from playing those dive bars, a long way from Dollar General, I know you've done. I know you're touring and stuff these days. How did you kind of get that ball rolling, or decide that you were going to make that leap to start playing some dates that aren't around home?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all that's what we wanted to do. That's what we were longing after.
Yeah.
And, we just started to meet people in the scene. I was talking to you the other day, Soul Gravy, Mr. Gravy.
Mr. Gravy.
Mr. Green.
We like to refer to him as Mr. Gravy.
Mr. Gravy, perfect.
I don't like the
Never mind.
Guys,
I'm
100%
kidding,
every
I'm
single
kidding.
time, please.
I'm not.
But
It's okay. I've been called way worse.
Yeah. But we were talking. Man, my train got derailed. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, about getting on tour or getting in the scene.
Yeah, totally. We were talking about the other day about how starting to navigate even the online kind of avenue of red dirt and all these different kind of genres and subgenres or whatever you want to call them, lifestyles, way of life. Starting to meet a lot of people that know this next guy, and before you know it, you know some heavy hitters in the scene because like there's. The artists in the scene are big and they're doing really well out on the road and doing great things for the music itself. But I feel like people are still accessible in this whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
And so I mean we've gotten to meet some really cool people and people we looked up to and through the process, and we just through that we decided to start trying to play shows with them.
Link up and play shows, man.
Yeah,
become buddies and let's go hit a show together.
Well, people like it at this place. Maybe we could get in front of a sold out crowd with, a cool band, a band we like and just listen to in general, and see what happens.
Oh.
Yeah, the phone went.
Yep, we can still hear you. Just keep going. You're good.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't remember what you did earlier to make it not be blurry, but
I think we just tapped on it, maybe. Sometimes
you just shake it.
That's okay. I get blurry every now and then too.
Maybe.
Well, hang around.
We'll get our team on it.
We'll get our team on it, yeah. If you got a oh, there it goes.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Well, that's a good segue because we like to talk about the team. So, what is the team of Muddy Creek and Company? Because everybody looks at these things as being really glamorous and all of that, but also it's a mom and pop operation most of the time. So what's the Muddy Creek and Company team?
The Creek Crew.
Yeah, the
Creek.
Crew. Well, it consists of a handful of people, and we love them so much, and we appreciate them. But like we mentioned earlier, us four do a lot behind the scenes, and then we've got Josh's wife. She takes care of a lot of things. She takes care of photography when she can make it.
Yeah.
She gets any of the killer shots you see online. Well, not any of them, but almost all of them.
Yeah.
Are Kylie. And she helps run merch sometimes. And
yeah.
We got Zach here too. Yeah. Zach also runs our merch and does a lot of other things.
And kind of like security sometimes.
Basically security.
Oh, shout out to Zach.
Yeah.
There's a mountain, man.
He takes care of business.
Protecting everyone else from y'all.
Right. Yeah.
He's not security for the band. He's security for the fans.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Talbot, you got one?
I have a couple, actually.
Right.
We'll try to get this in before halftime, but I'm going to have to hustle. So, first off, can you tell us, I mean, I don't know this, but I would assume that Carbondale and Evansville are two important being college towns. I would think you got some venues there. Are those important anchors for y'all?
So it's funny. We've played in both just a few times. The markets are a little interesting there. Evansville specifically, I love Evansville so much, but there's a lot of there's not a lot of like our music happening in the venues that are there.
Gotcha.
But we do hit it every now and again for the crew that does come out and support. And
nice.
We're definitely interested in getting that music and that style in those areas more.
Right.
I just think, honestly, it's a little dry as far as people stopping by there. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking Evansville right now. I'm not talking Carbondale.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Because Carbondale's far from dry.
Yeah, Carbondale's popping over there.
And we love Evansville, but it's because we haven't quite found maybe our like perfect spot or something yet.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
For sure.
one of the questions I have, especially for bands that are relatively early in their kind of journey, what's your strategy or anything that you can share? Because I do think it helps when other folks get to hear this in terms of booking. What anything that seems to work well for y'all?
Man,
This guy, Parker.
Not a great question. Sorry.
no, that's okay. I love it. I'm glad you guys. That's that's right in line with what we're about. We're all about community and sharing, and I think withholding information is not cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a certain point in life, and there's confidential and private things you can't always talk about.
Sure.
But in speaking on generalities, like, man, give it up, guys. Like, just we can talk to each other and we can work together.
Right.
But for Muddy Creek, I've done pretty much all the booking up until now. We've recently had, speaking of the team, there's a few more that are on that team, and this guy's one of them. But
Okay.
his name's Dave Watson. He's a big help. He's recently been helping kind of, maybe not necessarily like booking shows all the way through, but I'm able to give him contacts and say, hey, they're looking for this, a band in the summer. It's at a Harley shop in so and so. It's a summer
Right.
bash, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can let him take that and run, and then I'm still working my leads, and I can kind of just offload some stuff to him. But as far as helpful tips and stuff like that for booking, I feel like we've been really successful for the age of the band in terms of just getting the shows. I'm not talking like, we're made of money or anything.
Sure. Understand.
But getting lucky in terms of like just getting the shows and lining it up and just being, people, venues and talent buyers and things of that nature. It's weird for me as a lead vocalist to like head off that stuff and deal with that and deal with money and all these things with the venues and talent buyers. But they've all said up until everybody said we're super professional, and they love working with us on the business end.
That's a great sign.
That's like that's music to my ears, man. And like I'm not looking for that, but I want a band is a business, and I want it to succeed. So hearing that's like, it's really encouraging to keep pushing
Like
forward.
we're doing something right, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well-
I don't know, man. You just gotta. I think the biggest thing is just networking, literally meeting people and just being
Just going to shows and being like,
a good hang.
Being a good hang. Yeah, that
Yep.
is a huge
The
thing.
music
Like,
business is best kept secret.
being down to earth, easy to
let it
deal
out.
with.
I let it out. It's out of the bag.
It's
clip
important, though,
clip that.
You gotta be with good people, and you just gotta share the vibes.
Have you? Was there any bands that you kind of were around that you were able to kind of get some of that information off of, as far as to navigate that, or you just kind of had to figure it out on your own from the get go?
It's been, man, me and Ian here, we've been playing music together the majority of our lives.
Gotcha.
Quite a while.
So it's just trial and error and figure it out.
Yeah.
Since we were teenagers, really, so it's like, just like a lot. We've had a lot of years of grinding in that aspect of it.
Yeah. And I feel like recently, like with Muddy Creek, we've been we've been lucky in that regard, where we just hang out and meet people and enjoy the scene, and people hear us, they like it, okay, and then it just stems from there. And you got to play your shows that don't have great crowd, like a lot of people at them all the time. But I would encourage anybody always to not get discouraged during those shows where there's 5 people there, because every time we've played a little show that just had a handful of people, there was always somebody there that was
always
a lead or a path to more shows and more opportunities.
So, Gravy, can I ask you a question to see how good your memory is?
Okay.
Do you remember the story about playing the show for 3 people, and one of them happened to be somebody
Yes.
pretty significant?
Who was it? I remember that story.
Was it American Aquarium?
No. It was. Goodness.
We'll get back to you on that
Somebody.
one,
It was
guys.
somebody that booked for bowling,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
but I can't remember. It wasn't American Aquarium in the interview. No, it was somebody else.
Well, it was Bill, but
Bill,
I think it was about
That's right.
American
That's right.
Aquarium.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. He said that he could. That basically he was buying them drinks, and they figured out he could hang with the drinks, so they they thought he might be.
We'll clip that for you guys and send it to you because that's one of those things that I think is when
Yeah.
you're early on is good to hear because it's easy to discount like, hey, we're playing for the bar staff tonight, which is fine, but occasionally there's that one person in the crowd and it's easy to go, not what we ideally drew up, but sometimes ends up changing your course.
I remember pieces of that story as far as you say. They played the show. It was the guy that booked for bowling, and then they ended up going on a run opening for bowling,
Nice.
which led to a Turnpike
Right.
opening spot. So
In American Aquarium, go check out episode number 68, right?
I don't remember, but
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Yeah. We had them on last week, guys. So
Yeah. So, but like you said, you never know who's listening. So, and that definitely led from one thing to another. So,
Yeah, totally.
just like what you were talking about.
Yeah, and I think in that too, like you've also got to play. Don't minimize. Like you got to play your heart out every time.
Mhm.
People,
Yeah.
even if this is just the staff, like they know.
We like to say, give it the beans.
Got to give it the beans.
got to give it the beans. I like it.
Yeah.
Got to hit them with it.
Hit him with it.
Well,
Well-
we massage that to halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you
Hit
some.
him with it.
Yeah. There's an artist that was on early on the pod, Tim Gooden, out of Kentucky, and then I think he's out of Alabama now. But he was basically talking about that, getting discouraged about the crowd or the crowd being loud and just whatever it can be. And he's primarily an acoustic artist, so that gets even harder to get a crowd's attention. But basically, he just said he figured out that to play for the five people that are there to hear you and not worry about the others. And once he started thinking about that, it changed his whole mindset.
Absolutely, man. I would say diehard music fans are some of the craziest fans in the world, just in general.
Yeah,
We've had people. It amazes me every time when we hear about someone driving from wherever.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man.
They just like blow. It's just so cool, and it's such a community thing, and it's crazy.
Yeah, like we played one of those shows where it's like, not many people are there, but one person drove 4 hours to be there or whatever. So it's like, okay, well, like we got to do a good job because that person drove 4 hours to be
Yeah,
there.
that's amazing, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's an 8-hour trip.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot. I can't believe people would do that. So, like,
I'm like, bro, I'm
got to give it the beans for sure.
Right. Soul Gravy, that's going to be the name of this podcast called Give It
Okay.
the Beans.
all right.
I love
Noted.
it.
Let me get. Where's my pen?
Need a sound clip. Give it the bean.
The beans.
Talbot, I think it might be better if they're going to play full band for us to wait until
Do it at
like
the
right
end.
before. Yeah.
Fair
Instead
enough.
that way they don't have to go back and
Totally.
forth. Would
We have
probably
more
make
questions.
sense. Yeah. But you were talking. We've talked about you opening for some folks and being on tour with some folks and making those connections. One of the ones that I know for sure that you mentioned with them Dirty Roses. How did that
Always.
connect? How did that connection happen? And what's the backstory on that? I had the chance to kind of have a brief talk with them at a festival, and man, they were all super nice. Had a brand new baby there, and family was there, and it was cool to see everybody. And you could tell all the other artists loved them too. So
Yeah, they're incredible dudes. We love them so much, and we appreciate them. I'm trying to remember specifically. I think how we got linked up with them was, I don't even know how
The Gatter, the cover.
Yeah.
cover.
Oh, yeah,
They were
dude. I'm so
playing
sorry.
Oh, you're good. No, yeah, you're good. Yeah, I think it's the Gatter story, right? Go for it.
Oh, man. So
That's what the bass player's there for, to keep you
Yeah.
in line and in rhythm.
It's a responsibility.
Yeah.
But, wow, so we were in this little village, not even a town, really close to us called Palestine. And we were playing at a little bar called Gatter Brewing Company. And Mark Wiseman there at Gatter, he's such a cool dude, a great family friend. And, he'd kind of let us play up there. And was it our first show?
It might have. It was like the first or second show, but it might have been our first actual.
It wasn't a full band show. This place could not hold the whole band, so it was like me on acoustic and
I think
maybe
it was
Wes
just-
with a.
I think it was just me and you.
Really?
Yeah, like you acoustic and me like with electric.
Yeah, Wes had an electric, I had an acoustic, and that was it. But there was this family there, or this couple rather, and we played. You were asking about covers earlier. We actually covered and still do sometimes "Cocaine and Whiskey"
Okay.
by them Dirty Roses. And so we were playing it, and this girl in the crowd, she lost her mind when we played this song. And I'm like, oh, she knows the Dirty Roses. That's awesome. I'm so glad. But we got done and took a set break, and she rushed us and was like, oh my God, and so this girl knew Andrew and the guys from them Dirty Roses, and so she, like, right then and there, she was like live streaming to Andrew and was like, "Cover your song." And I think he thought that was cool in the moment, if I remember the night correct.
I'm pretty sure.
How can it not be cool?
Yeah, I
Right.
think he was like, "Wait, really? Like someone's covering our song?"
Yeah.
And, so anyway, fast forward like a year or so, I had that night I had got Andrew's contact. So then fast forward a year, I just straight up asked him. I'm like, "Yo, dude, here's our album, here's our songs. I want to, we want to play shows with you. Can you hook me up with your management or booking or whoever?" And so he did. He was very nice about it. He was totally down with it, and he shot over the information. And from there, I just started to kind of build a relationship, and with the contact and the band. And then we ultimately grabbed 3 shows with him last year.
Yeah.
3 or 4? Was it?
It was 3, I think.
3, yeah.
Yeah, it was off Broadway, and then from that we got a Mount Sterling show.
Right.
Yeah.
Two Mount Sterling shows, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first show though with them, we played. It was sold out at Off Broadway in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that was a really affirming night.
Yeah,
for the
that was
band.
really
Yeah.
cool.
That was very legitimate.
Yeah, like I appreciated the team allowing us to get on the bill, and then from there, we shared a green room with the guys that night, and so from the minute they showed up, working together on stage and sharing a green room and going out after the show and hanging out and all the things, they felt like best friends from
Yeah,
the
so
first
like
minute.
brothers, man.
Yeah.
And they're definitely brothers now. They're killer dudes and they're family guys and really great musicians.
And the sound is not tremendously different between yours and theirs as far as putting you in front of their crowd that's a good.
It goes together well.
Yeah, it's a nice mesh.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just kind of we find bands we'd mesh well with or we think we would fit the bill with, and then we kind of just go after their team and hope we
Yeah. We can see if it's still-
hop on a show or something. And,
Totally
Slide
makes
into
sense.
DMs.
you just
Yeah,
gotta shoot your
that's-
shot.
I don't know if you've heard of me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure you've never heard of me, but here's some music.
we have these beans.
We're trying to give it to you.
Free, I promise.
So what we like to ask about from your point of view, what do you when you're in front of them Dirty Roses crowd, and there may be some folks there that know your music, but there may be a lot of folks that don't know your music, and you're starting to see their heads bob, and they're starting to pick up what you're laying down. How's that from your point of view?
That's like one of the best parts, honestly, is getting new people and hooking them, and especially me playing drums. If I can make someone's head dance and I can see it, it's the best feeling in the world. That's my job. I gotta get them dancing. But if they're bopping with the music, oh, it's the best feeling.
Yeah, our first crowd with them was a lovely crowd, and I got hyped. Like just their energy hyped me up, and I had a great show. Like it was a great crew to play for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's an incredible feeling, and the St. Louis crowd specifically, man. Like, something happened that night, and I swear to you, everybody that was there is still following us around, and that's like, you can't. What more do you want as a band? Like,
I think that's
the
it.
music did its job, we did our job, the engineers did their. Everybody was tops that night, and the crowd could tell, and a lot of them have become great friends of ours because we're very accessible. We're online a lot, and we talk to everybody always. So until we can't,
Yeah.
if
And
that ever becomes a problem.
And then when you like you said, people say that they drove a certain amount of time to see one of your shows, or even the new ones that found you at the in an opening spot, meet you at the merch table or whatever. I'm sure that's just let you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's the best, and I tell you, there's been a lot of kids at our shows over the span, the lifetime of the band, and man, we've kind of followed them along, and their parents will let us know, like, hey, I don't know, they want to play guitar now, and they really love Muddy Creek, and it's like, dude, if we can inspire people to play music, kids or old, that's kind of a thing we talk about on stage, but really just the arts in general, you're never too young or too old to start and never quit. But kids, man, if we can inspire kids to play music, that's so crazy to me.
It is an odd thing as far as I take mine whenever they can go to the shows, and which this one that I'm talking about is now 18, but still, he's seen a lot of openers that he ended up falling in love with the openers. You know what I mean? I'm there to see such and such Whiskey Myers, and then he falls in love with Goodbye June that opens for him. You know what I mean? That kind of thing there. He doesn't know either one of them, but he ends up falling for the opener.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's cool that to know that he's not the only one that just picks up these the people in front of him, and next thing I know that their music's coming out of his room.
Right.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's the coolest.
It really is.
Definitely. Yeah. We, like I said, we went to
It's a dad win.
100%. I took him to the Brent Cobb show, and he knew one song, and then Brent took pictures with us and was cool and shook his hand. You know what I mean? He got to flip off Brent Cobb because long story. But either way, as a teenager, he loved that. So then next thing I know, there's more Brent Cobb songs coming out of the bedroom. That's always a win,
Yeah.
So
That's a big win.
like you said, proud dad moment. I'm like, oh.
Absolutely.
Why are you crying?
Raised correctly.
Exactly. All these
All right.
years.
So I feel compelled to share this story with y'all because, I don't know, I feel like you should hear it. So 2011, I was living in St. Louis, and I went to go see a gentleman by the name of Cody Jinks. His opener was a guy named Ward Davis, and they played to 6 people. 6 people, which is wild when you look at where they are now.
There are now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, insane. But it wasn't. What was the name of the place y'all played? I'm not even sure that was open yet, but
We were off Broadway.
off Broadway. Yeah, they were a little further off Broadway. Anyway, but that's 14 years later, right? And I know you probably would prefer a path that's a little bit quicker, but the people that end up making it happen are those that don't quit and are fully committed, and it sounds like y'all are.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's Yeah, we appreciate you sharing that, and we're just, we just strive every day to do something a little bit better and just to refine. Because we are an independent machine, we just really try to refine every little process and just make it work, figure out how it'll work, and persistence is key.
Absolutely. Super excited for you guys. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like now would be the time to get to rapid fire Soul Gravy.
Well,
Or
what about?
we have more?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I was just going to say, as far as new music is concerned, do you have what's kind of the plans for 2025? Do you have plans?
We have some plans, yes.
Okay.
Stuff in the works.
They don't involve you, Soul Gravy.
Oh, damn. It's Mr. Gravy.
Sorry.
We're working on a bunch of stuff. We do write songs a lot, and because where we're sitting right now is kind of like an auxiliary tracking space / practice space, in control room. But we've got kind of satellite studio rooms and stuff, and we try to do as much recording here as we can. So in that, we've got a bunch of songs, and we just finished one actually. We worked with Ryan Humans at the Amber Sound. He works with Muscadine Bloodline and
Yep.
a bunch of other dudes down there in Nashville, and whole crews. They were great, and
Yeah.
we tracked right here in this room where we're sitting, and then we just shot him the tracks. He took care of it, and so there is a song done, and
Yeah.
I think we're going to play it for y'all tonight.
We will, yeah.
If you're down.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be our next release. Not to give any secrets away, but if you care, that will be our next release.
We do care.
Do you have kind of a timetable that you're shooting for, or just going to kind of see how it goes?
I think we do have a timetable. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty soon, like maybe around early to mid February.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Little
Yeah, we got
Valentine's
for-
Day present.
Yeah. Valentine's Day single.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well played.
Ah.
Thank you.
Well, that sounds like a good segue into some music then. So we'll get to the rapid fire questions real quick, and then the most important question, and then go from there.
All right, cool. Spotify Wrapped came out within the last 30 days. I assume y'all listen on Spotify or Apple or is that
Yes.
Apple? All
We're
right.
all over the board.
Spotify,
I'm
yeah.
on YouTube.
All right.
I'm on YouTube Music too.
Okay, cool.
But
We
I'll give you one,
we support them all. If you don't know, what were your top bands or top songs of the year?
I know Muscadine made it in mine.
Yeah, mine. Blackberry Smoke was a big one in mine, and Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown. Their most recent.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's fault. He tricked the phone.
Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown, their latest record, Electrified. That entire record was like my top 10 songs.
Nice.
But
That's such a good record.
Treaty Oak Revival made it, I believe. Muscadine for sure, and then
Oh, Ian's got his out. He's not even guessing.
I'm looking mine up. I need to
Mine's
have
all
this right.
hip hop.
Nice.
Cool.
Mine's all hip hop, but it's my number one song was 50K by YNG Martyr.
Uh-huh.
Number two is Scummy by Ashton Larold.
I don't know that one.
That's How We Ballin' by T-Pain and Snoop Dogg.
I do know that one.
And Rockstar Freestyle by Sweezy.
Oh, Sweezy. Shout out to Sweezy.
Sweezy's cool.
I don't know if we're going to get Sweezy on, but we're going to try.
Let's get Sweezy on.
Right.
I listen to a lot of hip hop, emo rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muscadine, Moxie the band, Bill Murray. Ooh, Bill Murray record.
Shout out
Bill Murray's. Yeah. Great.
The Red Clay Strays probably were my top band this year. Oh my gosh, those guys. We need a Ryman live record. I'm just saying.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
We're waiting for it.
Everybody that's listening
I think they have-
talks to those guys. Do they have that in the works? Because I'm gonna cry if not.
If they,
Right. It needs to happen.
I think they have one song out from the Ryman, but I could be
they
wrong
have
about
the
that.
whole record. It's
But
just
what
not
I
on
need-
vinyl.
Oh, I got you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
We need
Sorry.
Need the vinyl.
No, it's okay. It's incredible.
It's an incredible record.
But yeah, that was mine.
That's
pretty
probably
much
my
from
top
memory.
record of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Oh,
There's-
sheepdogs.
Are you meaning
That's right,
the
that's right.
Are you meaning the top record for as far as Red Clay? Are you meaning the live record, or are you meaning the
live
both?
record specifically. Is my
Gotcha.
top
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's not I've in the past I was kind of hit and miss on live records, but like there's been a few that's come out recently that I've really like. The Isabel released a second one from the Ryman, which was
Whoever's
great,
mixing
and
over there.
yeah, you're right. And that Red Clay one was really good too. So it's cool that folks are doing that. I like that a lot, especially when it's done well. So
I'm a little biased, but I do think if you can catch a Ryman, a Billy Bob's, or a Red Rocks live, those
The Red
tend to be like the quality's pretty good on those.
It's the cream
Yeah.
of the
Gotcha.
crop.
Cream of the crop.
It's good stuff.
well, it's
All
also capturing the certain bands is capturing them in their real element,
Yeah,
which is
absolutely.
great.
Yeah, because they
very
sound
raw.
like they play, man. That's just the sound is what you get.
Yep.
I'd say we're
100%.
definitely a live band.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't pull any fancy studio tricks or anything. We didn't really talk about it much this evening, but we did actually release a record in March of last year, and
Oh,
a full-length boy, and it's very much the band because it was cut live off the floor.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. So
Yeah.
in the room.
yeah, in the room. with
So
the
you
music.
live track everything for the most part.
Yeah, we.
That specific record we did, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Even as far as double vocals on the same mic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
we did
Okay.
kinda have-
Yeah, we did like real old school with that one. Actually, it was
Yeah.
That was
interesting.
old school. It's
It
got a
was
vibe.
one. Man, the vocals specifically was crazy. Like we recorded the rhythm tracks, the whole band with no vocals together, and then we did the vocals, me and Ian, on the same mic in a figure eight pattern. He just stepped back like an extra 4 inches from the mic, and it was one track, so you couldn't cut it up and auto tune it or do anything. That's what it was. And so our whole latest record, latest work is all live like that.
When I went and kind of checked out some of the, I first went to Spotify and all of that, but then tried to find then went to YouTube and looked, for the live videos, and the harmony parts were actually the first thing that stood out to me, to be honest, as far as just the y'all pick tasty spots to add everything. You know what I mean? It's the little icing on the top. So
That's awesome to hear.
the bass player's like, he noticed me. He noticed me. I saw you, man.
I get my own seat on the bus.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, Muddy Creek's a little different in that way, where like everybody in the band, no matter what instrument or what they do, they're equal. And with the vocals, once Ian got in the band and we started working together again, man, the vocal meshing for this band is like we kind of become one. We don't really like to say lead singer and harmony. We like to just kind of say singer.
Well, I think that's kind of what I meant as far as
Yeah.
what stood out to me is it wasn't in the it wasn't in the generic place where you're going to add a harmony vocal. It was maybe just one line in a verse and things like that. It was something different. It wasn't predictable.
Little flourishes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ian's got a big ear for that, for sure. And,
Cool.
Even down to the vocal tone and just the tonality of everything, we really just like I have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun working together with Ian on the vocals.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I have 2 more rapid fire questions, and then I'll hand it over to Soul Gravy, Mr. Gravy,
Dr. Gravy.
Dr. Gravy.
Esquire.
Congratulations.
It's all over the place.
Dinner with each of y'all have to answer this one. Dinner with one historical figure.
Oh man. One historical.
Just like
figure?
anybody from the past in general, or like an
Yeah,
actual historic person.
Either with us or not with us.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to think for a
It's a little bit of a crazy question.
It is. I've never thought about that.
Is it like? Can it be like musicians?
It could be anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I would love to have.
It's your dinner.
A dinner with Tom Petty.
Oh, nice.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You went the same dinner?
Me too.
You can be invited too, bro. You can come.
Can it be a historical figure that's alive?
Yes.
I'm gonna go crab dinner with Paul McCartney.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Solid.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Does he like
dude.
crab?
I hope he. Well, he's actually a vegan.
Oh no! Oh, no.
So he's
Never
gonna
mind.
just sit and watch you.
He can have. Yeah, he can watch
Paul.
me eat crab.
Paul, calm
Sorry,
down.
Paul.
He's gonna be eating
I love
salad
you,
or
Paul. I'm
whatever,
gonna eat in front of you.
and you're over there like,
What is that? Butter?
Yeah, I'll stand by it. That's my answer. I think.
it's okay.
Solid.
Yeah, I think that was the first on those two. That's cool.
All right.
We had a Stones reference last night and
Okay.
Beatles today, and yeah.
Very nice.
Also, just so you know, Talbot, Isaac texted me and said that he should have said Geronimo on his historical dinner because of his song Geronimo.
Right.
He's like, I missed that that
Well,
opportunity. So
That's what makes that question tough. So,
exactly.
all right.
All right, continue on.
All right. I don't know. Did we get everybody's? So I know we got.
I'm still kind of thinking.
Yeah, I don't really
All right.
know,
Okay.
man.
I would have probably said Tom Petty. But I'm gonna change it, and I wanna grill a steak with Keith Richards
Okay.
and share it.
One steak.
Just one steak.
Interesting.
Right down the middle and share it.
One steak.
Same fork.
One for me. One for Keith.
I think I want to spend a day animal watching with my boy Steve Irwin.
Oh, there you go. That's
Rest
good.
in
yeah.
peace for real.
Let's at a dinner. Yeah, but we're gonna have like a dinner on the beach, I think, and we're gonna eat that stingray that got him.
That sounds magical.
That's wild.
We're still looking for it, man.
This went sideways.
Josh went on a cruise recently.
Yeah,
and
all I can
told
think
him-
about is the
I told him
ocean.
if he found any stingrays to just immediately just.
I didn't see him.
Take him out.
He's just gonna at least question them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Animals.
Were you
Do
I
there?
think you have
know-
to sear them at a very high heat.
I have zero input on this matter.
That's fair.
But as Dr. Gravy, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with how to take care of or anything to do with the stingray for that matter. But I understand questioning one to see if you can get to the bottom of what happened. So
Right.
yeah.
Just one
gotta
answer.
know.
Definitely.
All right, do we get all four? Because I think it count there. All right, fair enough. It's a little bit hard. My eyes are not great. All right, this is actually I have two more. So bucket list venue, a venue that you haven't played that you would like to play.
Bucket list. I'm just gonna say. I'm sorry. Red Rocks. Red Rocks
Same,
for me.
yeah,
is a
Red
bucket
Rocks.
list. I went there on my honeymoon. It was breathtaking to see it in the scope of things in person. Everything was shut down because it was during COVID, but like,
Right.
it was crazy, crazy stuff. That's a bucket list place for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to play the pageant in St. Louis. I really like that venue. I've seen a couple bands there, and I'd love to play there. It'd be great.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I don't not to be a topper, but I did see J. Cole at the pageant, so that was kind of cool.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
That would be rad.
it's pretty solid.
Pretty.
He was on the come up, I believe. All right, so this is my last question. I'm gonna go to sleep after this, but tribute bands, yay or nay?
There's a place for them.
There's a place for it. It's not my thing.
It's not my thing. But
It's
it
not
is
my thing.
somebody's thing.
I get how somebody could want to do that though, because like if we like I don't know, I could see in like 40 years if I was just bored, it's like dude, let's start a Tom Petty tribute band or like an Ozzy tribute, like just something off the wall, like just go for it.
You're having fun playing those songs you like.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Would you start the Tom Petty tribute band just playing the songs or dressing up as well?
Oh, you'd have to do the whole bit. Like,
Oh,
you
okay,
dress up,
okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
You gotta come
Well, at
up
least with
like-
Petty, you wouldn't have to like move around a ton or anything
Nope.
like that. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
It'd be pretty straightforward rock and roll, so that'd be cool.
That's true.
You wouldn't have to like wear spandex or.
Right, which I
You
mean,
know.
I don't know. Maybe that would be fun. Maybe we should do
Oh, that would
like
be
a
cool.
Steel Panthers tribute band.
Yeah,
Does that exist?
actually into Spain.
No, do like a Steel Panthers version of a Tom Petty tribute band.
Okay,
Mix it
getting
up.
wild.
Mix it up.
I can see it.
Tom Panthers.
None of y'all are allowed into Soul Gravy's closet.
It's
don't
another-
don't change the style of the music, just the way you look when you play the music.
It's leather and neon.
Only the
Okay,
aesthetics.
Gotta have both.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that'd be fun.
Don't listen to me at all. So
No, we're gonna do it.
I'm just here for the chaos.
Yeah, welcome.
All right. All right, guys. So before you play your music here, we have one final question, and it's very important. It started off as a joke on episode number 1, and now it is a requirement that we ask this. You're a little bit above the possible threshold of this snack, but you may be familiar. It's if you're not, it's okay. We understand here in the South. That. Anyways, I'll leave that on. All right, guys. What is your favorite Little Debbie snack?
Man,
They're thinking, so that means
It's a good
we're
sign.
good. Uh-huh.
I always get them. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember what's Hostess and what's Little Debbie.
Yeah.
It's a little
Understood.
tough.
Do they do
Understood.
are they the oatmeal cream pies?
Yes.
No.
That's Little
Okay,
Debbie. Yeah.
I'd stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is zebra cake
Is it
Little
zebra
Debbie?
Yes.
It is.
Ooh, that's up there.
Ooh, that's good too. What about the
Yeah?
Star Crunches? I can't remember.
Also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, all good.
Yeah.
All good.
I'm gonna have to go with probably the zebra cakes.
Yeah.
Like that's probably like the most nostalgic for
The
me.
roll or
Right.
the cake?
Do they do the Swiss rolls too?
Swiss rolls also.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute! I changed my answer to the Swiss rolls.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking the Star Crunch. Actually, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
okay, West Star Crunch.
Star Crunch.
Ian,
Swiss rolls.
Swiss rolls.
Yeah, zebra cake.
Your
I'm
zebra cake.
I'm sticking with it, man.
Okay.
I am the strawberry.
It's like the Swiss roll, but it's the strawberry kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
very good.
all day.
Very good.
It's impressive. Well done, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Out of all the
We
questions.
do snacks.
We do a lot of snacks.
Shout out to the snacks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, so what are you gonna? What song are we gonna hear? Do you know what you're? Did you flesh
we
this
do.
out beforehand?
Yeah.
We talked about it briefly.
Okay.
I think we do know what we're gonna play. It's gonna be our next release. Maybe coming like around Valentine's Day. I don't want to give anything away, but you can expect it around then, maybe. And
Gotcha.
it's a song called "Broken Heart and a DUI."
Fitting for your single at Valentine's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty excited about it. Are y'all ready to
Yeah.
hear that boy?
Absolutely. Yes.
Cool.
I'm going to go silent so we can hear y'all.
Okay.
Yep,
We're gonna
same
get
here.
a few mics and move over real quick, but the camera is gonna do something crazy. Who knows?
It's gonna
Yeah.
move with us.
Who knows?
Live action.
So while they're getting set up and everything, make sure you go follow Muddy Creek on all of their socials, and wherever you stream your music from. They mentioned all the different services, so just make sure you go wherever you listen to your music. Make sure you hit that follow button, so when they release new music, you'll know about it. If they ask you to pre-save this song that they're about to play, or possibly around Valentine's Day, the single coming out on Valentine's Day, the single for Valentine's Day, you'll know about it. So,
Just in case.
yep.
Check one. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hello,
Wow.
hello.
Wow,
yeah,
we're back.
we got you.
We're back, y'all.
So yes, this next single, it's not available for pre-save yet, but you can expect within the next week or two to be able to pre-save it. And it's going to be on all the platforms and all the things. This is our first single after our second album release, so it's a fun one. We hope you enjoy it. it's just a song about getting your heart broken, maybe getting in a little bit of trouble at the same time. Who knows? You boys ready? Broken heart and a DUI.
I woke up to a false alarm. I went down to your Midwest charm. I count up the song I wrote. All our dreams went up in smoke. But it was nice when you were there. Next time I feel it, I will be prepared. She was blonde in the skater tights. We go driving out late at night. All I got at the end of the ride was a broken heart and a DUI. Broken heart and a DUI. I misspoke. I took the bait. I lost track of my own day. I count up these things I have. Thank God I walk a decent path. But it was nice when you were there. Next time I feel it, I will be prepared. She was blonde in a skater tights. We go driving out late at night. All I got at the end of the ride was a broken heart and a DUI. Broken heart and a DUI. Next time I feel it, I'll set the record straight. Next time I feel it, I'll move from my home state. Next time I feel it, I'll go out on my own. Call the local news so everybody knows. She was blonde in the skater tights. We go driving out late at night. All I got at the end of the ride was a broken heart and a tear. She was blonde in the skater tights. We go driving out late at night. All I got at the end of the ride was a broken heart and a DUI. Broken heart and a DUI.
Yeah, man.
There it
It's
is.
a hell of a song, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Can't wait to pre-save
nice
it.
Harmony vocals too there, Mr. Bass Player.
Thanks, man.
So, guys, again, man, I know that is not an easy feat as a somewhat of a musician over here. I know that's not an easy feat to set all that shit up and you know and get it to work on this live. So appreciate all that extra effort, and y'all knocked the song out of the park. Can't wait for everyone to hear it around Valentine's Day for a single.
Yeah, sounded very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, appreciate all the extra effort. It's not something you definitely you didn't have to do that, but you wanted to, and we'll do our best to share the shit out of it as much as we can. So, again, everybody that's watched this thing, make sure you go follow Muddy Creek and Company on all of their socials. Engage in everything. Actually like and comment, and not just scroll on past. Even if you like it, let them know that you like it.
Yes.
Because it fades away into the ether if you don't. So let them know. But yeah, guys, we appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on the podcast and everything. And as soon as that when for sure when that's coming out and everything, let us know, and we'll do our best to share it and try to help where we can.
Yeah, we sure will. We appreciate it so much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Yeah, follow us on Bands in Town too. See where we're at on tour and stuff.
Very cool.
And, yep, we've got a busy 2025, and we're excited to get out there and stretch out a little bit further and get into the South and do some work in Texas and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you kind of have anything already set that you can talk about real quick, or is that still kind of
nothing that's completely set in stone?
Gotcha.
Yep, we've got goals to get to Texas and goals to get a little further south down to Georgia and other parts of Tennessee and stuff. And
where your sound will.
North Carolina, we'd like to get over there, and some other spots,
All the places.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really everywhere. We'll play anywhere, but.
Got a Denver, a Waffle House we can play at.
We'll play at a Waffle House.
Yeah.
I did hear like the way you were. I don't know the harmony parts on like especially like that last verse or the bridge where you were where y'all did the whole thing together. It reminded me of something like a Sum 41 or something of that nature. You know what I mean? That style.
Yeah, they're back.
This song definitely has some pop punk
Yeah.
elements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
for sure.
got some of those drip
We don't
elements.
that and not to be long-winded or anything, but that is a thing with us where we don't want to just be Red Dirt. We don't want to just be whatever. We call it y'alternative because we do draw a lot of influence from stuff we listened to growing up, and a lot we were all brought up in the '90s, so.
Well, that's one of the things I think that I love about the scene in general is like if we talked about them Dirty Roses. You go to a them Dirty Roses show, you're going to hear a little bit of different styles. Everything from the Southern rock covers to cocaine. Their most popular song, "Cocaine and Whiskey," is not really like the rest of their show. So it's
Totally.
And there's a lot of people that can kind of stretch those lines, which is, I'm sure, for a musician, fun. To not be in a box.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
At
So
least have a big box.
a big roomy box. All right, guys. Like I said, we appreciate the time. Make sure you go follow and interact with everything that they're doing. These guys are. Trying to get the ball, rolling even faster. So give them a help, give them a push.
Thanks for hanging, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Thank you.
Yep.